Unless you're familiar with Sartopo, finding the help file is not very obvious. You need to come up here to the Sartopo name, and once you mouse over that, you'll start seeing where the help is. One of the best tools that we use to work with the screen is this guided tour. When you click on that, it brings up an overlay layer that has text to describe what the various menu items are. So for example, under these presets, it says these are shortcut combinations for layer control in the upper right of the screen. How to go to a specific spot. You type in the name in the search bar and say go. Or how to change your base layers. This little white box down here shows the different areas that you can do. So this describes what happens when you mouse over the base layer. Here's some of the additional layers that are available to you on the right. Over here on the left, when you add a new layer, it says here's what the various layers will give you, what they show you if you add those layers. If you add an object, what do you get? You can get markers, lines, buffers, and this describes what some of these items are. And then what happens if you hit the configuration menu item? This shows what you can configure and what it looks like and what happens. For example, switching between meters and feet, you change the setting right here. The other thing that I'd like you to see is within this white box at the bottom, you can also click on any of the blue listed items and they jump you out to CalTopo's blog. And in this blog, the author of the tool, when he adds new functionality, he very often comes up and does a blog item about it to describe how it's used and what you can do with it. So you can see he's had some of these blogs going all the way back at the beginning of the project. So for example, in 2019, he added in the motor vehicle layer, and we can see that right here. And so if we click on that, it talks about how he took some of the roads and paths off of the USGS and Forest Service and Bureau of Land Management maps and added them on as an overlay onto the base maps. So we've got some better fire roads up in the wildlands and up in the Sierra. So that is the blog. Now the other thing is if you click right here anywhere on the screen, you turn off that overlay, the help file overlay. Again, the other thing I'd like you to see is the knowledge base. So in the knowledge base, he's put some help files out here. They're more technical generally, but he'll talk here about integration with Google Earth. A little bit on the config menu, for example, the changes you will see for that. Some sections here about how to unlock your GPS so you can download satellite view maps from Sartopo to your GPS and get satellite views without having to pay for them. Again, a whole section on Sartopo offline. Now it's being called CalTopo Desktop. So a section how to do that because that's the new tool he's just created. So these are the kind of things you can find under the knowledge base. Now if we come back one final time, we can look at the support forum. These are questions and answers that the user community have brought up. It may be on new features that they would like to see on the tool. A whole section again on offline in the mobile version. Specifically, the area under SARTalk is relevant to us. Now, this user forum is also good for his CalTopo clients who are just using it for backpacking, trail running, but the whole section here is just on search and rescue related items. And so we can come in and again we have some requests, questions around the RIN direction marker. Some people want timestamps on their tracks so they can see when they were done. There's some discussions about adding users onto the SAR 104 form, ways that that might be done, or changing out. Some people are looking to see, how we use assignment maps in Avenza, or adding waypoints for a team, or importing resources. So these are some questions and answers that people have asked. Okay, for example, if you don't want to use Avenza, is there some other tool that you can use that maybe is less expensive? And you can see different people have posted answers to it. Some by Matt Jacobs himself, the author, and some by Kobe, who is one of his new assistants for maintaining this. So we see a lot of the questions and answers. This is a good place to go if you have a specific question or you think you have a bug where you might find an answer.